Hi, George.
Don, good to see you. What a pleasure. This is so beautiful.
Thank you. Welcome to my home.
Thank you. I feel great. And,
You're the first person I invited to my home. I feel comfortable enough with you because you're such a nice man. And I've been wanting to have you on the show forever. So thank you for doing this.
This is wonderful. Thank you, sir. And I'm the first person. That's touching. Thank you so much. That's beautiful to have someone in your home.
I think it's warm.
For the first time.
Shall we have a spot of tea as we talk about you and your life?
A spot of tea?
Yes.
It's been, I I don't know what to say in my British accent, that I'm now having a spot of tea.
So as we talk, I got this fancy tea set from Shonda Rhimes. I went to a tea, like a luncheon with her, and she gave it to me. It's very fancy.
Okay, now
which one would you like to have?
Oh, these are flavors of tea.
They're flavors of tea.
We got blueberry. Is that Molay? What do you call? How do you pronounce that? Molay?
Let's see. Let me see. You want some blueberry?
I know. I want some kind of mint.
Blueberry Merlot, jasmine green, Earl Grey, peach blossom.
Peach blossom, since I'm from Georgia.
Okay, there you go. There's your peach
blossom. Who the hell is Earl Grey? We heard so much about Earl Grey from London. And you just dropped the whole thing in there?
No, you got to open it up, George. Come on. And I'm going to do a blueberry Merlot. So, George, let's talk about what you're doing. Can you tell me about Clean Slate? How did this come about?
Oh, so I wanted to do TV for quite a while, but I didn't want to do TV again until I did me, straight up, something that I love, something I enjoy. So they rebooted everything else, and I wanted to reboot Sanford and Son.
Oh.
See, and I just basically I just wanted to hear and you know what? And I went, that music just alone, you don't have to see the show, but listening to the music, don't you feel better? I do. Because that's what it brought joy to a lot of people across the world, just hearing that music. And I had the opportunity to write for Red Fox. And I just thought it'd be good if we were to reboot Sanford and Son. I went to the great late Norman Lear, because I had known him for years, because we did a show called 704 Houses Street, where the bunkers used to live.
Oh, wow.
And I went to him and I said, I want to reboot Sanford and Son. You're rebooting everything else. He says, get out of here. That's an iconic show, the hardest show to do. He said, but if you come back with a twist, we'll see, do we like it?
Interesting.
And at the time, Don, there was a show called Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
And there was a lady they kept talking about,
Laverne Cox. Can you let me show you your tea and we'll talk about Laverne. So
he's going to tell me how to make my own tea.
No, put your tea in the thing.
Put my tea in the thing.
And then put this, see that little hole? And then you put the water in there. Uh-oh. I got
the hot water.
Did it get you? George. I
have to reenact the scene.
All right, so put that little thing through there, George.
Okay, so we take this top and
put it through there.
Put that little leaf
through there.
Leaf ending.
There you go.
This seems to be some kind of Asian, but it's
some sort of contraption, right? And then you do this there you go.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
It's very fancy.
That's a great gift. Thank you so much. So
Laverne, we'll get to Laverne, but you said it's Sanford and Son, right?
Sanford and Son. I wanted to reboot it. Then a thought came through my head. This great lady, Laverne Cox, that I don't know anything about. I didn't even watch Orange is the New Black. I just heard so much about her, and then a thought went off in my head that, what if I had a son that left my home and went to New York City to do his thing, to be who he wanted to be, to do his thing. And sure enough, that happened.
Uh-huh.
And 23 years later, Don, I get an email that says, Dad, I'm coming home tomorrow. So I said, I go crazy, because I tell the whole community and everybody, my son is coming home.
And
the next day, ding dong, I run to the door and I see the most beautiful lady I've ever seen in my life. Oh, Miss Pretty Lady. I don't know what you're here for, to sell the Watchtower, or maybe Avon. And am I ready for Jehovah's return? Yes, bam. So, and then she says, Dad, it's me.
What?
Yes.
And what does Dad do?
Dad doesn't know what to do. That's why the show is so important, Don, because we're living in real life situations that people are actually dealing with. Mm-hmm. My prodigal son has returned home different than my child left. So now it's pretty tough, because I don't know what to do or how to deal with this. And then she comes in and we try to, well, first of all, it didn't work out. And she was actually leaving, coming back to New York. Because anybody that comes to New York and go back down south, we think we know everything, trying to change people's lives. And you know, you're from Louisiana, right?
From Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge. So he's up in it now. He's up in New York.
Please, George.
You go back to your mama house, you be trying to tell them people down there what to do.
Sometimes I do. And they all walk so slow. I'm like, why are y'all walking so slow?
And they talk.
Why is everything fried?
Hey.
But it tastes good.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do the fry because I'm from Atlanta. We fry sushi in Atlanta. So, but in any case, she comes to live with me. And it's not as much problem as me living with her as she living with me. I'm an old man set in my ways.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Fancy Lady. It's really a good time right now. My son's coming in a minute.
Dad, I'm your daughter, Desiree. I've always been Desiree.
We haven't spoken in a while.
How long?
23 years.
What happened?
This place looks exactly the same.
Well, you know what they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ooh, that's broke. I gotta fix it.
So you accept her?
Not at first.
Not at first.
My next door neighbor, Thelma Hopkins, her son and my new daughter have been friends for all of their lives. And then Thelma Hopkins tell me, because my daughter's shipping back to New York, you know, that's your kid. Sometimes we got to make a change. There's a better way in life. You need to accept your child no matter what. And it is time for a new change. And then I think about it and I go, you know what? I got to love this child no matter what. I run to the bus station and take her off the bus. She finally sees me fighting for her, because you only get to love your child. Well, you do get a second chance, which clean slate is all about.
But you only are on this earth for a certain amount of time. And so
you need to be. It ain't gonna ever stop. I'm always learning. As an old man like me, stubborn, set in my ways, I'm always gonna learn. But that's the good thing about the show. I'm being educated, and we're hoping that America is being educated, because we're talking now about just love, overall love. Some kids left home for different reasons, drugs, some left home for child abuse, whatever. But now my child has come back and we're learning to live with each other in our own separate ways. I'm learning some of her habits. She went up to New York, got in all of this tea, all this different tea and this different foods and vegetarians and stuff like that. And I'm still eating fried stuff. So she's trying to make me healthy. I'm trying to get out of my house and all of that.
But Laverne is a perfect person to play it, because
exactly.
Was she even acting?
No, nobody. That's the good thing about the show. Nobody's acting, because I'm old and I'm a comedian, so I'm going to say stupid stuff that just fly off the shelf.
You're just like Red Fox. You are Fred Sanford.
Well, that's what I told her. I'm the right guy. Well, when I took my hat off, they say I look like Lou Nail's mama when I take my hat off.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Look at this.
What? Oh, that is awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
Now that's the blue Merlot.
That's the blue Merlot.
And what I got here, look at my tea.
Let's see. I think yours might be clear. Oh, it's a little. Yeah, it's nice.
It's the same thing, same color.
It's the same thing. And so Laverne is the perfect person, and she's also been an advocate for trans rights. And when we're dealing with that right now. So it's very timely.
Done. This show is 7 years in the making, and we wanted to come out 2 years ago. And but this is the right time for it to come out. What's happening in the climate of America right now? Yeah. And we're happy to deal with this, and because it's just the right time. And with Laverne, and I'm learning, and we take it everywhere we need to go. We're going to the Black church. We're doing the whole thing.
Were you nervous about this? That it might alienate an audience, or?
That's a very good question. Yeah. No.
You weren't.
Because all my life, I've been a person that loved everybody. I think I'm ahead of my time. I'm more like Jesus than anybody you know. I love everybody. I am so different. I don't care who you are or where you come from. I'm all about love. That's why I'm a comedian. I love people.
Well, I ask you because, look, that's what the MAGA folks ran on, and the Republicans. They ran on demonizing trans people.
That's so true. And but to me, I rode the back of the bus. I might be the first person you ever met that rode the back of the bus in Atlanta, Georgia. So when it comes to discriminatory practices, I can handle it in any way, no matter what.
What do you think of, since you're talking about that, what do you think of, everything is DEI now, every problem that we have, if a plane has an accident, if whatever.
Stupid. I'm not pissed, but I'm from New York. And we New Yorkers already knew. See, we know about this guy. He's a bullshitter. You know why I know? That's what I do. All bullshitters know each other, Don.
Yeah.
We don't know each other, but we know each other.
Why do you say that?
We can see each other come around the block. We know what bullshit is. Come on, you're from New York City.
What do you see?
And it's all crap from this person. I don't like to mention his name, but just is all hate. Why can't we just love everybody and have fun? It's much easier to love and laugh. That's what we're doing. This show also tackling these issues with humor.
Yeah. But tell me, what do you see how do you recognize? You just recognize that you know each other.
I know. The bullshitters know each other because I come out of the sales world. We know what to say and what not to say. And when you that doesn't sound right, that's not right. Like you're hearing now about all of the changes that he's making. Why? Black History Month. Why? DEI. Why? Everything he does. Why? It's just why can't we do things to bring people together? As opposed to splitting people up.
I agree with you. I like that you said I may be the only person that rode the back of the bus. My mom rode the back of the bus, by the way. She's in her 80s.
I thought about that when I said that.
Yeah. And my mom went to, she had to go to an all-black school because it was segregated, and they would walk to school.
So did I.
And the buses would pass them. So did
By the way, I got to tell you something. You mentioned your mom.
Mm-hmm.
The real reason I'm here, I'm your real daddy. I didn't know how to, bring it to you.
Negro.
Listen to me. I'm your real daddy. But in any case.
That would be frightening if you are. That's what you need to do. Wait, I got to think of something. Wait. Do you remember Norman, Is That You?
I heard about that, yes. Something.
It's very similar to what you're doing.
Yeah,
Fred Sanford did it.
Yeah, very similar.
Fred Sanford, Norman came, and Norman was his son and then came back. You just made me think about that.
See, now, so this is all good.
Yeah. So anyways, you wrote you go look at Norman.
I rode the back of the bus. I've done a lot of things.
You rode the back of the bus. So then, now
what
do you think they're taking us back to civil rights, 1964, the Civil Rights Act?
Way before that. Here's a man now talking about going in and taking over land from people like the white people did when they first got here, identical. So you read your history, you'll see this guy's going back. He wants to go to Gaza. Why don't we just take it over?
Mm-hmm.
We own Gaza. How do you go take people's land and stuff like that?
Do you think he can ever accomplish that? I think that is, look, maybe he'll try to. Who knows?
He wants to be a Putin.
But I think that's a distraction. I think they're distracting us from other things, like getting rid of the Department of Education, like rolling civil rights back, all of those things. And this is like, oh, I want to take Gaza or whatever. And then,
but basically all of this is hatred. This is all hate. But we should be in a world that we just live and let live and just enjoy each other. That's where I come from. I can only talk about love and enjoying people.
I love that you are. By the way, we're in my home. We have the windows open. You hear the sounds of New York. My dog is barking. You got the UPS guy out there.
And we got the fragrance of the, you don't call it fragrance. What do you call food? Not the odors of the food, but the what do you call it? Aromas. Don't you love that about New York City?
I love the aroma. But we're supposed to have lunch. I don't know where our lunch is, but whatever. I'm going to eat all those sandwiches.
Speaking of lunch, you live here. I live on the 31st floor. And the receptionists can say some stupid things. I ordered lunch last night with DoorDash, and the food came, and my concierge called up and said, Mr. Wallace, you have a food delivery. Do you want us to send it up? No, you keep it. You eat it, you stupid jerk. So you can't say things like that around me. Even coming here today, I get in my Uber and I close the door. Yeah. And the driver says, are you ready? Why do you think I closed the door? So people say, it doesn't bother you when people say stupid stuff?
No.
Have you ever been to the airport and somebody said to me at the Detroit airport the other day, oh, Mr. Wallace, what you doing at the airport? You going somewhere? So these little things.
Well, I mean, you heard, but the president said you don't want to call his name when they said, are you going to go visit the site of the airplane? And he said, what do you want me to do, go swimming?
He's just flat out.
But was that a stupid question?
He could have answered it better this time. You know, have some, speak as a president at the time. Of course, you're going to go to the site. The site is 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes from him.
Right.
He could basically look out of the window and see this site. Of course, I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the command center or something. Yeah,
to talk to the families.
Talk to the families and the rescue workers or the recovery workers.
Make sure we got this covered and show some love. And see, you always get back your love, don't you?
What do we do then? You say love, but I also think humor for people like you, I think helps us in these times.
Oh my God,
is that good?
There's no sugar in it.
No. We're spilling the tea today.
That's good.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Yeah.
And what do I have here? In any case, what was your question, Mr. Don?
I said you said love, and I said humor as well. You have peach blossom white tea.
It's really good. I have the greatest job in the world to be able to meet people and church people, people at funerals, everywhere. And laughter is healing for the soul, and laughter is the best medicine in the world. So no matter what you do, no matter what situation you're in, my job is to make people feel better. That's why people call me Dr. Wallace. Because when I walk in the room, if I don't cause, there's a cause to smile. Happiness is so good, man. I'm so blessed and to be able to do what I'm doing. So
how long have you been doing this?
48 years.
So 48 years from start to how are things different from 48 years ago? Because 48 years ago you couldn't get canceled. You could say anything.
Yeah, this is true. And I pretty much say anything I want to say now because my personality allows me. I mean, I say anything. I will never embarrass you, no matter what. I had a lady come to my show one night in Las Vegas, and she came late. A blind lady. I chewed her ass out. I said, how the hell you walk up in there late? You got somebody to lead and guide you around here. Then I said, look at all these other people in this room. And the audience went crazy talking to the blind lady. And in the case, she's standing on 4.9 saying, and you ain't that damn blind either because you pointing straight at me. So you do it with humor. And at the end of the show, I knew what I was doing, but at the end of the show, she was the greatest laugher in the show. And she says, I come here to have a good time, Mr. Wallace. I know you. I know what you're doing too. But she's a country lady. She says, I ain't studying you. You know,
I ain't studying
you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
right. And so at the end of the evening, she was so nice. I even gave her a copy of my DVD. And then people think about that. And how can the blind lady see a DVD? But that's okay. But we have fun, and you can do anything you want to do if you do it with humor and laughter. And humor will always bring us together. That's what Norman Lear did. Attacked all of these subjects that you don't talk about, that you need to talk about. And then I call my formula is AB3, 1, 2, C with a twist at the end. You get the subject matter, you tackle it, you fix it, and then let's go out on a little thank you. That was nice. Yeah.
What do you say? What do you think of? Let me see. What do you think of Chappelle?
Love him. I love everybody. I love what he says. That's some controversial matters, but that's Dave. Dave does what he does. I do what I do. I wouldn't do some of the things that he does, but I worked with him at Madison Square Garden not too long ago. We were both on the same show. Different ideas, but both got laughs.
Do you guys talk about issues at all?
We don't talk every day, but he loves what I do. I love what he does. I just like comedy and not hurting anybody, not embarrassing anybody. Some people are hurt about. He does his work. I do my work.
I wanted you to be on the King of Comedies. That's how I'll go back in the.
They did too.
And
I was working in Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas for 30 days.
And you couldn't do it.
I was doing radio here in New York City. And I went to Las Vegas for 30 days and 60 days and 90 days and 15 years.
For real.
I was so blessed to go there. And I made history there. I'm the only black man to have gone to Las Vegas and owned the show, not work for the hotels. I owned the show. I did all the marketing, advertising, personal appearance, selling the show. You just can't go to Las Vegas with a name anymore. You got to know how to sell tickets.
So you don't feel there's no regret of missing out on being a king of comedy because you probably did very well.
They know me,
right?
They know me. You know, I go on stage. We follow each other all the time right now, and we go out on the road together. Me and DL, a lot of people, they know me.
I love DL.
Yeah,
I love that DL is political. Right? He's not afraid of politics.
He's not afraid. I'm not either, but mine is mostly local politics. Like here in New York City, my neck is hurting right now because we don't have one smooth street in New York City. There's bumps and lumps everywhere in New York City. So I would do things like people would love me.
Yeah. What do you think of the mayor?
I'm sorry, the mayor?
Yeah.
He's in a little trouble, but I would have been in the same trouble because I love traveling. If anybody ever offered me an upgrade, I don't give a damn. I would tell the people right up front, I'm taking this. I'm president of the United States. I'm mayor of the city. I'm taking these, what do you call them? Little gifts at the perks.
Kickbacks.
I'll take perks. I'll take it. Yeah. What are you supposed to do?
Say no?
I would never. I would tell the people, yeah, I took it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you take an upgrade if you got it for free?
Who do you think is going to be next mayor?
I don't know just yet.
You have no idea?
I have no idea because I'm on the road. I don't know.
People are saying it's going to be the former governor, Andrew Cuomo, that he is the best shot.
Ooh, he's good.
Would you vote for him?
In a minute.
Even with everything that
Well, he also, people don't hear about the end results. He was also, what do you call it? At the end, that was not true. He was not
exonerated?
Exonerated, yeah. So nobody talk about that, do they? They just talk about the first thing, sexual harassment. And he goes, you know how many people could go to jail? You know how many Hollywood executives are glad that they're dead because of sexual harassment and the things that they did. I could go to jail if somebody looked back. There's many times I could put your hand over here. There's many times I could be talking to you and just talking to you like this. 10 years later, you go and say, he was touching my hand. I didn't appreciate that. That's what happens. That's why I never fooled around in Las Vegas. I could just, people say, you should have more ladies up here. All they have to do is come up and say you did it. You don't have to do it. And the news is not going to print after the case is over.
That's what I wonder is in this environment, if you are accused and found not guilty or there's no evidence, it's a big story. Everybody's like, such and such, George Wallace, whatever. And then the end, when it's like nothing happened, it wasn't true, it's on page 386 of the newspaper.
I'm still right, but America thinks he's still a bad guy.
So you don't like cancel culture then?
No, I don't at all. When you come to a comedy club, you come to a comedy concert, leave your little problems at the door. We come here to laugh at everything. We come here to enjoy and have fun. But that's my personality, because I can talk to anybody and have fun. I'm never going to embarrass anybody. And I do have one joke I thought I may have I stopped because I was talking about ladies in animal print dresses. And I did the joke about, now, when you wear an animal print dress, you can't be larger than the animal that you're representing. I did that, and I think I may have, because just think about it. If you're a large lady in the audience in an animal print dress, everybody might be looking at you when you walk, you know. But people say, no, do that joke. I do my jokes, and you can't please everybody, but I don't want to offend anybody.
If it's offensive, you'll stop doing it.
Yes.
What if you did a joke about me and I called you up and said, George, that really hurts me. Would you stop? Or just, yeah.
Yeah, I say, Don, go to hell. You know it. No. Yeah. Ooh, that's the right reaction for me. That's the right reaction for me, Don. See, that's where I come in. I just love having fun because you know I'm never, ever going to embarrass you. You're like, once again, I want to say you're like my son. Now, doing my set, Clean Slate, everybody on the show, we became family. That's who I am when we get together. We become family.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about.
I love that. I'm over at first I didn't believe in cancel culture. I thought it was like a consequence culture, and it is for the most part, but there are people who get caught up. But I agree with you, especially as someone who is often in the news. And there have been many things that have been written about me that just were not true. And so everyone says, don't respond to it. You're only going to give it more fuel. And I'm like, but it's wrong.
But it's wrong, yeah.
And then,
so you're like me.
Yeah. I think we need to go back and look at, make it right.
Make it right.
Make it right.
Nothing wrong with making it right.
So I'm glad I asked you about mayors, because thanks to my producers, this list of very, extensive research.
Thank you, producers. But
Wallace has had political ambitions in the past. In 2006, he considered running for the mayor of Las Vegas.
See,
are you out of your mind?
I just make up stuff. And it makes sense that if I were mayor, I said Las Vegas, I would close Las Vegas Boulevard and put a tram there to make it a beautiful street. Have you been to Zurich, Switzerland, the Bahnhofstrasse?
I have not.
The Los Ramblas and Barcelona.
Yeah, and Barcelona. Yes, I've been to Los Ramblas.
And you know why we say Barcelona? All of the S sounds and the Z sounds.
Catalonia.
The king of Spain had a lisp, so people didn't want to make fun of him, and he pronounced all of the cities with an S or a Z. Barcelona, yes, and so that's why we said that make that sound Barcelona. But yes, I would do things I would just say things like, and they would print up. If I were mayor, like if I were president, I talk about things like that. If I were president, people think I have a political ambition. Problem is, people would vote for me,
and you might win.
I might win.
Would that be the worst nightmare of your life if you actually won?
No, I would be exactly like Trump. I'd be surprised, but I'd do it in a better way and bring people together, make people happy. It's my number one joke. I like to say, if I'm ever president of the United States, I don't give a damn what. Chick-fil-A is going to be open on Sunday. I don't care what. I'm going to please the people. Can you imagine? Chick-fil-A, I'm done. What are y'all laughing at? I've been at the first Chick-fil-A. How many times have you driven down the street on a Sunday and you're turning it? They're closed.
They're closed. But
so that's why every now I go to Chick-fil-A right now, every Saturday, about 200 sandwiches and cut them in half. So when you cut in that Sunday morning, I'll be there for you.
They're not so good to the gays. They're not fans of the gays.
That's
the
true,
chicken
too.
is good, I gotta tell you.
Now, don't get mad at me for saying this. When Chick-fil-A first came to New York City, they were protesting outside the LBGT LGBTQ community was protesting outside. I said, I'm going to stand here and protest with you guys. I know you're right on what you're doing.
You're gonna go
but I'm going in there and get my number one first. Anybody else want anything?
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Because, it's funny, and they're wrong. Chick-fil-A is not too good. A lot of people not. We got to love. We just got to bring more love into our lives, no matter what.
Yeah. One more thing about it. Let's see.
You sure it's one more?
No, he often took his comedy on the road and would open for Diana Ross, Donna Summer, and the great Smokey Robinson.
I'm from back in the day. I did the Tonight Show in 1979 on a Thursday. Mm-hmm. And Friday, I was in front of 17,000 people. So back in the day, that's what comedians would do. You would do the Tonight Show and immediately use somebody. And so I opened for Natalie Cole next day, 17,000 people. Then I went to Diana Ross. I went to Donna Summer. Oh, I'm so blessed. I went to Tom Jones for 5.5 years. Wow. Tom Jones, they wanted me to work with Tom Jones. I said, oh, no, I'm with Diana Ross. We got 17,000, 18,000 people every night. I'm working, I'm learning in the round, outdoors, theaters. And then Diana Ross was on vacation. And they said, you want to work with Tom for a few weeks? I said, whatever the money. And his money was twice as much. I never touched my luggage. I had front row limousine, first class airfare. And the first night I walked out with Tom Jones, I knew he was a star, but not an international star.
You had no idea.
18,000, 20,000, just like Diana Ross. Yeah. And to this day, he's one of the nicest men in America. He's 84 years old right now and still singing.
Did you see him on The Voice? I'm like, usually people's voices go, right? When they get, that man can still sing.
And one thing wrong, and this is my job and your job, we've got to get Tom Jones into the
was it Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Rock and Roll
the Music Hall of Fame?
He's not there. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's not. We've got to get him there, but we got to call a committee there and get them and what do you call it? Introduce him, not introduce. Nominate him. We got to get him in because
to be inducted
into
the Hall of Fame. You know what? When I was a kid, my grandmother would watch Tom Jones every time he came
Everybody
on.
did. Black, white, everybody loved him.
But I would get so excited to watch Tom Jones when I was a kid, and I didn't realize until I got older why. Because it was,
you should be ashamed of
it's
yourself.
not unusual to be loved by anyone.
God, you're stupid. God, you're stupid. And I listen to that every night. And they sing, my, oh, my Delilah. And you don't realize how many hits this guy has. Yeah. He's 84 years old and he sounds just as good. He slowed a little.
Yeah, but we all do.
Yeah,
especially if we're lucky. If we're lucky, we do. So look, let me see. One more thing.
You said the last one was one more.
No, stop it. So I don't need to do that one. But
you can't. I got nothing. I ain't got nowhere to go.
No, I just want to make sure I do this. So listen, on the in the world right now, we have unelected people who are affecting us, and they're running things, and they have access to our social security numbers reportedly, and they're
election booths, all of this stuff. Yeah, unelected people. They got money. They invest $20 million one day. Next day they get $20 billion. Oh, we got some crazy people in there.
What do you think of that? Does that bother you?
Of course it bothers me.
What do you think? What do we do?
George Collins said many years ago, they got you by the balls. Money is running this country. And it is. Look who's up there now. Elon Musk. He should go to jail for just making that Cybertruck. That is the ugliest truck I ever seen him. But these things are happening. People not qualified, and and blaming people just because of it. You're blaming an accident on DEI.
DEI.
Come on. We got people that are voted in is not qualified. We got people running the country and not qualified, as you were saying.
So then what do we do? Because it seems like the Democrats they're just frozen. They don't know what to do.
I don't know what we can do if you don't have the mindset. I don't know what we can do. Later on, we're going to find out that it's probably the elections were tampered, the machines. I always thought that from day one. This Elon Musk guy, he knows a lot of stuff and he got a lot of things done.
But I hear a lot of people saying that. But I think the Democrats did not want to challenge it or whatever because they don't want to sound
we didn't want to be
like in 2020, yeah. Like they're contesting an election, a free and fair election.
We don't know how to contest it. We don't know if it was set up. Where did we go?
What's your advice then to Democrats? They need to be stronger.
We need to be stronger. We need to that's why this show, Clean Slate, is about bringing people together, no matter what. Let us all get together.
Look, you're a pro. You're bringing it back to, you're like, let's get this show.
Let's get together. Clean Slate premiering on Prime Video everywhere, worldwide. Done. This is something that hasn't been done too many times. We're being premiered in 240 countries and territories. Mm-hmm. The show is translated into every language in the world. How many shows you've seen that did that? So everybody's going to be watching us worldwide in their language.
George, do you have any advice for people? Because, when you do this stuff, you're in, you're out, you're up, you're down. Sometimes you get jobs and sometimes you don't. Is it, if you're around long enough and you believe in that, because this is great for you at, what are you, 102? How old are you?
I'll be 105 Tuesday.
To be getting jobs and doing what you're doing now at this at this age.
Look at that little young kid just looking like he's 105. Yes, Kevin.
There's a photographer back there.
Photographer back there. I'm 105.
So, but at this point in your life, not that you're that old, but to do this is quite a thing, because Hollywood's a young man's game.
Oh my God, ageism is alive and well. You'll see in a few years. You look like you're still in college, right? Look at you. Yeah, you look like you're still in college. You look that young. But yes, ageism is alive and well, and people my age. Actually, before Norman Lear died, he and a lot of senior citizens, we all get together. We made a video for the young producers and directors in Hollywood and America. Don't forget about us.
Yeah,
we're still here. Please, y'all don't, because there's some shows that just because of your age, the young people don't know who you are.
Yeah. I forgot to ask you, because you are a New Yorker now, but you were born in Atlanta. You were raised in Atlanta.
I'm still in Atlanta.
You're still in Atlanta. So did you ever meet Donald Trump?
I had an opportunity to when he was doing the Year 5. What was that show called?
The Celebrity Apprentice.
I never liked him. I never wanted to meet him. I live on the same street, Central Park West, where the hotel is. Mm-hmm. I walk across the street on the other side just so I don't have to stop and say hello to the doorman. I've never liked him since way before he became president, because I knew who he was. Not a good person.
You did. So when I worked at CNN, it was at the Time Warner Center, and so I would often be right across the street. And so my mom would come to visit me from Louisiana. I never thought about it. And when she saw
the hotel,
she did what you did. She says, She walked on the other side of the street.
You have to do that.
She said, I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Said, I don't want to do that. So what's your advice to folks? Because a lot of people, I got to tell you, people watching you, I'm not kidding, George. They're watching, they're like, what do we do? You've been around.
Simple, done. Excuse me for cutting you off.
No.
But I'm so happy right now that I feel like I'm not a preacher or a Bible figure, but once a preacher said in my church, if everybody in this world was just like me, what kind of world would this be?
Yeah.
I know for a fact if everybody was like me and just love to laugh and enjoy each other, let's sit down and eat and let's get to know each other. There's not a Republican out there that I can have fun with right now. Maybe there's 5. I'm doing something right now, 5 Caucasians I don't get along with. Trump and I don't see on the same page. The guy, Jim Jordan from Ohio, he talks real fast and always talking trash. Marjorie Taylor Greene, bleach blonde, butch body built. That other B. And she hasn't done a thing since she's been in Congress. The 4th white person, Judge Clarence Thomas, let me tell you something. He's not a good friend of mine, and Herschel Walker. So those are the 5 white people that I don't get along with.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But everybody else.
Herschel Walker.
Oh, you slow.
I'm slow.
Well, you're a little slow. You forgot you didn't even get Judge Clarence Thomas. I'm
a little slow.
About this humor.
I'm a little slow.
But yes, I just think we all should come together. And I know a lot of good Republicans. I know a lot of good people.
Yeah.
And I just think I love everybody. Why can't we just love one another? That's what happens at my show, Don, by the way. When you come to my show, it's a little different. I'm dealing with different comedians and Jennifer Holliday. We're all out together. And people, young people, old people, black people, white people, hip-hoppers, gangbangers, all at my show. And we're just laughing and having fun. That's what the world should be. It's not even a soup. It's a stew. You know what a stew is?
Yeah.
Not gumbo, because you're from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I can't stand gumbo. Y'all put shoestrings, hubcaps, whatever you can find, put it in the gumbo.
Get out.
Now look, he's going to sit here right now and say, you haven't tasted mine. Say that.
You haven't tasted mine.
Yours tastes like... Is it good?
Yeah, you said it's a stew, though.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I had it once, and I can't do that.
No, but you said it's a stew. Your show is like a stew.
My show is like a stew. People come together and have fun and laugh.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. And I say that sometimes. I stop the show sometimes and just go, is this great or what?
Yeah.
We're sitting here enjoying each other, loving each other. I wish I could feed everybody and we could just have fun. And if we could all live in the same, just think if everybody just come on, everybody, let's get happy.
So, oh, look, that was an indication. So Clean Slate on Prime Video now with the great Laverne Cox and George Wallace.
You're going to love Laverne Cox. You're going to love Thelma Hopkins. You're going to love Jay Wilkinson. You're going to love...
Who plays Aunt Esther?
Thelma Hopkins.
Hey, Boomer, no.
Thelma Hopkins. This is our new kid. This is Boomer.
Yeah, that's Boomer.
Boomer has been very nice since he greeted me at the door.
He wants to go. Someone's at the door. I think it's our lunch that's finally here that we missed.
You mean we've been here for 4 hours and lunch didn't get here yet?
Stop it.
What did you order from? Because you know we're in New York City.
I ordered $200 worth of lunch for everybody, but it's got, so I'm going to give it to y'all on the way. Is it here?
Hold on a second. It's $200 worth of lunch. Let me tell you something. Yeah. They got me in a hotel that's $5,000 a night, Don. Don't cry. $5,000 a night. Don't you think that's a lot of food? This morning I had breakfast. I had what do you call it? The continental breakfast.
Yeah.
You know what continental means, right?
Yeah.
No meat. No meat. $146 for breakfast.
Crazy.
That happened to me one time in Atlanta and at the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
I just ordered grits and eggs, right? And I looked at the menu and it says the grits were $18. And I called downstairs because this got to be a mistake, right? And she said, yes, sir, the grits are $18 a bowl. And I couldn't say anything. I was embarrassed. But I ate them one by one, the grits.
Every little grit. Thank you.
Don.
Now get out.
And America, let me say this, I always have to close. Don Lemon and America. I'm George Wallace. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Because my love for you does not require your permission. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
And America, if I'm ever near you, come out. Let's do it with humor. Let's laugh. If you ever get sick, you don't feel good, your bills are back, that's my job. Let me take care of it. And we can just forget about everything. Laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. Laughter is street medicine. That's why we encourage everybody to overdose on laughter. Keep it in the reach of children. When you start laughing for more than 4 hours, then you call your doctor. Give your doctor the same prescription. Let the doctor laugh with you. Keep laughing in your life. When you stop laughing, you stop living.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.